Behavior is terrible at map design. That's not a secret in 2023. Before Nostromo, the last decent map was Dead Dog, a whole 3 years ago. Every indoor map is a mistake, RPD and Midwich aren't fun to use, the map reworks actively make maps worse, corn got bleached to hell, and they keep adding trees. Do I even mention Eerie of Crows and Guardian of Joy? That said, this has hurt one character more than the rest. Huntress. Slowly making her drop the quote-unquote tier list that people make for DBD, falling ever downwards into a sea of depression. And using my opinion that no one really has to listen to, I think I can fix her. But first, let's go over the change that wouldn't be good. Making Soldier's Pudding, I can't pronounce the second word well, base kit. For those unaware, Soldier's makes Huntress move 4.6 movement speed, the default movement speed, when she runs out of hatchets, rewarding the player for messing up in a sense. Bad design. This basically makes Huntress have 0 downsides after running out of hatchets. You're not an M1 killer without power. So what? So is Trapper 70% of the time. I'd rather not go against a player that has 0 reason to improve a Huntress because they can just M1 after missing repeatedly. It would make her boring. With that out of the way, let's discuss actual changes. Starting off, lower the reload time to 3.75 seconds. A tad bit faster in a 2023 environment, while also making Iron Maiden less of a good pick. You can even nerf Iron Maiden, buff Trickster as well, but that's a different video topic. And nerf Deerskin gloves if need be, which only make a reload 3 seconds after the buff. Currently, it makes it 3.2 seconds. So, while I was editing this video, Behavior tweeted out their P2B changes for this upcoming mid-chapter Scully rework, and Huntress and Trickster are getting buffed to 3-second reload speed instead of 4. Which is crazy, because I wanted 3.75 seconds. I'm losing my mind. Anyway, on to the next changes. The only other base kit change I prefer is actually making the hitboxes smaller. Weird, right? I'm an avid defender of the current hitboxes for DBD. Most weird hits that people complain about on the forums, Twitter, and Reddit are always due to ping and survivor hitboxes, which are shaped like pills, by the way. Injured survivors lean outside of the hitbox by almost 60 to 75%. So why would I want them smaller? And how does that even buff Huntress in the first place? Currently, the most skillful thing in Huntress is orbitals, double taps, and holes. Can you imagine if a Huntress player got good at hatchets with a Trickster-sized hitbox? Watch Worst White play sometime. Guy's a legend at hitting BS knife shots. I want to do that on Hunty. Granted, the hitbox wouldn't be that small, only about 20% smaller than it currently is, or they should change survivor hitboxes. That would take much longer to do and affect everything else in the game. And why change what isn't broken? Outside of ping, of course. Huntress players should also be rewarded for going for longer range shots. Knight, after his release, got changed to give him haste after finishing a long guard route. Why not give Huntress the same for hatchets hit from far away? She even has a skilled Huntress achievement for downs further than 24 meters, rewarding the skill while making map traversal a bit easier. This also counteracts the people that want Soldier's base kit. And honestly, that's it. Every other change Huntress needs is map design. Well, except add-ons, which are fine, kinda fine. 15 out of 20 of the add-ons are well made and I have 0 issues with them. The remaining 5 that I want changed are Iridescent Head, Soldier's Pudding, Beggarman Head, Weighted Head, and Coarse Stone. Let's start from the bottom and work our way up. Coarse Stone currently increases survivor grunts of pain by 50% when hit, which is more distracting than helpful. The proposed change would be deleting Coarse Stone and replacing it with Wooden Head. Anna's mother made her these for practice when she was young. The entity mocks her with their presence. Survivors hit with Wooden Head that are further than 24 meters away cannot get downed, but instead are put into Deep Wound, grants 100% bonus BP and deviousness. I, frankly, just want a meme add-on, and this would help in customs from practicing orbitals. You don't have to go heal in between hits when you just get deemed wounded, right? Weighted Head currently gives a survivor incapacitated for 10 seconds. This doesn't let them do any action besides unhooking and exit gates. Frankly, 10 seconds is terrible. You might get some niche scenarios of stopping gens and heals at 99%, but that can always get stopped with a different add-on. Say, OCAF 20% reduce and Hatchet cooldowns. Instead, something more fun would be the Hatchet hitting so hard that survivors drop their items. Not the most thrilling change, but worth a yellow slot. especially because good Huntresses can make survivors drop their items with a good lethal pursuer hit, delaying brand new parts if they decide to try and use them that early. And this is where the list gets a bit weird. Beggarman Head currently applies Mangled and Hemorrhage to hits. I want the Mangled effect removed, I want the rarity of Beggarman Head lowered to green, and to replace it, I would like Flower Babushka or Rose Root to rise to purple. This is just a direct nerf to the add-on, with a rarity change to compensate, and I like to ask you, yes you, to subscribe, check your add-ons on your favorite killer. Your main, if you will. And tell me in the comments, how many add-ons do you have? 20? 30? 40? 700 like myself with the rarest ones? Tell me, would you ever use a status condition on an add-on that has half the effect of another add-on? No, because why fucking would you? Wind up cooldowns and flight speed add-ons completely change how Huntress plays and what shots are possible. Having multiple of those is fine, but why would you ever use Rusty Head once you have Beggarman Head? It's outdated by that point. Simply remove Mangled from Beggarman and put it as a green. Makes it more fair and balanced between the two of them. Now the Iridescent Heads. Oh god. Starting off on my second least favorite add-on on Huntress ever, we have Soldiers. The add-on that rewards you for quite literally messing up 5 or more times. If you want to play a basic M1, just do Trapper without setting traps, or Uncloak as Wraith from the start. It's just a weird pick. I don't think it should be removed. It's honestly a great add-on for those that want to learn Huntress with less stress, but also it incentivizes not getting good at hatchets, but whatever. Simply swap the rarity of Soldiers with a purple add-on. I would choose either Infantry Belt, which would receive no changes, or Glowing Concoction, which would be buffed to 6 seconds instead of 5. I would prefer Glowing Concoction as it's more fun and deserving of an Eerie slot than a simply +2 to hatchet count. Also, that makes my main setup of Infantry Belt and OCAV harder to do. And now my favorite suggestion for a change to Hunty. Iridescent Head. Currently, you are limited to 1 hatchet that puts a survivor into the dying state. Only 1 though, cannot be changed with add-ons after a semi-recent change, and I would like this change once again. Hatchets now put survivors into the dying state 24 plus meters away. Hatchet flight speed is decreased by 20%. This cannot be altered by other add-ons. I am willing to change the distance requirement and flight speed with suggestions. This is just the basic framework to be similar to Iridescent Coin on Deathslinger. Like, we have a 24 meter plus down achievement for Huntress, but no add-on for it specifically, unless you count the current Iridescent Head, but most just use that one to face camp at 5. This change encourages snipes while also making it so you can't just back rev. You have to snipe to do well when this is equipped, making her fundamentally different to play. This changes the flight speed of hatchets to a minimum of 20 and a maximum of 32 meters a second. The base kit is 25 to 40. That's assuming the math is done based off 20% reduction on whatever the speed you let go is. I'm not behavior, so I won't know the specifics. But, you know, this is the end, and if you like these suggestions or want to list your own, let me know in the comments down below. I'll respond to anyone I can for as long as new suggestions come in. If I get enough suggestions, I'll make a part 2 of your guys' ideas. Or maybe I won't. Maybe behavior will have changed for it by the time I end up making that video, cause I'm lazy as hell. Anyway, that's it for my rework idea. Here's a video with some Huntress gameplay in it to go watch next. See y'all there.